The rain outside is crazy. When are you coming back?
Looking at the photo, it's all food Mia likes, not a single dish I like. Even the cake, it's Mia's favorite peanut butter flavor. 3 years with Jack, and he still doesn't remember that I'm allergic to peanuts. The news finally cuts in with an emergency alert.
The city issues a red alert for rain. Rainfall is expected to exceed 400 millimeters in the next 2 hours, and it will keep rising.
The world outside the window is soon swallowed by heavy rain. The once lively city falls into chaos. Car horns blare and people scream, all mixing into one loud uproar. The phone rings again.
Something feels off. The rain is way too heavy. The street outside the door is already flooded. Are you sure you're not coming back?
I pop a freshly grilled rib into my mouth. The outside is charred and caramelized. The inside is tender and juicy. Paired with a Left Bank Bordeaux Cabernet Sauvignon, this feeling is absolutely heavenly. Then I start typing in the group chat. Can't make it back. Rain's too heavy. Trains are canceled. You two just stay there. Whatever you do, don't go outside.
Happy birthday, Chloe. Welcome to the end of their world.
The curtain has risen on my revenge. Now, let's see, in the face of hunger and fear, how long your so-called true love can actually last. The doomsday storm has finally arrived. I'm hiding out in my 37th floor penthouse, savoring some good food. Meanwhile, my cheating boyfriend and backstabbing best friend are out there in the storm, desperately struggling to survive. Even though I know full well they might lose their lives in this terrifying deluge, I will never open my door and let them in. All because in this life, I came back reborn. On the second day of the doomsday storm, that cheating boyfriend from the group chat actually has the nerve to send me a message acting all concerned, telling me not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary.
Don't go out unless it's important.
Quite the actor, isn't he? Then my good bestie, Mia, chimes in.
Looks like I'm stranded, so I'll have to crash at your place. Oh, wait. Your boyfriend Jack won't be mad at me, will he?
Mia even throws in a smirking emoji. Their little stunt makes me sick. All that talk about never crossing any boundaries just feels like they're showing off on purpose. Behind my back, they've already done everything they claimed they wouldn't. I completely ignore those disgusting messages. Looking back, I was really naive and pitiful back then. I once thought I had the perfect love and the most sincere, trustworthy friendship in the world. Little did I know, they'd already teamed up to betray me. As I look back on all the details from my past life, I realize their betrayal was full of obvious signs all along. I recall every time Mia felt under the weather, my boyfriend Jack would always turn up right on time, thoughtfully handing her painkillers. But when I had a really bad cold, Jack's phone was always unreachable. Jack is actually a pretty good cook. Yet whenever Mia joins us for dinner, the whole table is nothing but vegetarian dishes. He knows perfectly well Mia dislikes meat, and he also knows I'm a total carnivore. All those little unnoticeable details, they were all clues, exposing their betrayal all along. The rain outside keeps pouring harder and harder. Before long, the whole world outside is drowning in floodwater. Terrifying lightning and thunder clash wildly together. Raindrops slam against the glass like cannonballs. I stand alone in front of the floor-to-ceiling window and happen to notice a small orange glow bobbing in the water. My heart stops. I immediately grab my binoculars for a closer look. It looks like a sanitation worker who's fallen into the flood, fighting desperately for his life. But then a sudden wave hits and he's completely swept away, gone without a trace. The cruel apocalypse has only just begun. Human life has become as worthless as trash, silently swallowed up by the raging flood. I'm too tense to even breathe. Suddenly, a violent clap of thunder crashes down, plunging half the city into total darkness in an instant. Amid the flashes of lightning and peals of thunder, floodwaters come surging from the distance like a raging tide. Even standing up here on the 37th floor, the sight before my eyes makes my legs go weak with fear. The entire city is swallowed by the flood. All the shorter buildings are instantly engulfed in darkness. Luckily, all the residential buildings near me are newly built high-rises, so the power supply facilities remain undamaged. Just in case, I quickly get the generator ready for any emergency. Looking at that old apartment building in the distance, now swallowed by darkness, I feel a quiet sense of relief. Thank goodness I installed that one-way privacy film early on. Even if the whole world loses power one day, no one outside will be able to see the light inside my home. Luckily, the internet is still up. I casually open a video on my phone, and the trending page is filled with scenes of devastation from the torrential rain. In just 2 days, over 800 people are already dead. That cold, lifeless number is absolutely horrifying to look at. Since everything in the malls and supermarkets was already looted, people's ugly side in the disaster really shows. News reports say rescue supplies are in severe shortage right now, which basically means the rescue teams won't arrive anytime soon. If we want to survive, the only option now is to rely on ourselves. It's almost as if my parents could foresee the future. They not only had the house specially reinforced during renovation, but also installed heavy-duty waterproofing on the top floor. I'll probably be fine getting through this endless downpour. What worries me more is the mutated creatures that come after the storm. In my past life, Jack and Mia stole my spot on the rescue vehicle, and I was attacked and killed by some unknown mutated creature. No one knew that even more unknown dangers were on their way. So in this life, I came fully prepared. Hopefully, I'll never have to use these corrosive chemicals. The time has come. Day 3 of the Doomsday Storm. Jack starts getting chatty in the group again. He casually sends a few photos of the place, the home he and I used to share. That apartment of ours is on a low floor, the 6th, but right now, the place is an absolute wreck. The floodwater has already covered the entire bed. Jack starts non-stop whining in the group chat, asking if I'm still at my mom's place. Just then, a new message appears. It's Mia. Chloe, I remember you have a penthouse apartment. We're already on our way there. Get your room ready for us. Listening to this, my heart races instantly, overwhelmed by deep regret. I remember back in my past life, my relationship with my best friend Mia was incredibly close. So close that we were like sisters sharing the same dress. I never held anything back from her. I even brought her to my penthouse before. Back then, to show just how deep our bestie bond ran, I was stupid enough to even give her a spare key to my penthouse. But look at this now. What am I supposed to do? I happen to have your key with me. Whether you're home or not, we're coming in. We'll be at your door any minute now. I tremble in fright and drop my phone. My heart starts pounding wildly. They're really coming for me any moment now. What on earth should I do to stay alive? The storm has been raging non-stop for 4 full days now. That little apartment Jack rented is completely underwater. Me? I've already stocked up on everything I need and am fully prepared. Living comfortably in the penthouse Dad gave me. That worthless man who betrayed me and my fake best friend have somehow found my address. Now they're rowing over on a shabby inflatable raft, forcing me to open the door and take them in. In my past life, not only did I bring Mia to this apartment, but I was also stupid enough to give her a spare key. And in the end, she teamed up with that piece of trash and got me killed. So since I've been given a second life, there's no way I'm ever giving them another chance to hurt me again. Just as I was pacing around in panic, I suddenly remembered I'd had the locks changed after my rebirth. The key Mia has won't work at all. Even though I know I'm safe, I still need to double check every inch of this security door. I have to make sure it's absolutely solid. After checking everything, I went back to the bedroom and pulled the heavy blackout curtains shut, cutting myself off entirely from the outside world. And I made a solemn vow in my heart. Through lives mean nothing to me. Not for anything in the world will I open the door and take them in this lifetime.
Open it! Chloe! Open the door! I know you're in there!
Meanwhile, Mia's lips are purple from the cold, her whole body trembling non-stop. After about 10 minutes or so of Jack pounding on the door, he completely loses his patience. He'd somehow picked up an iron rod without me noticing. He hefts it up and slams it hard against my front door. But how could he know? I've already reinforced this door to bank vault level. He thinks he can bust down my door with some rusty iron rod? In his dreams.
Jack, stop. Let's just stay here for now. At least it's safe for the moment. Maybe Chloe just fell asleep and didn't hear us. Let's wait a little longer.
I can see everything clearly through the monitor. Right there in the dark, grimy hallway, the two of them shamelessly started making out. My stomach turned in disgust. and I nearly threw up. They're filthy, crawling out of floodwater and garbage, and they can still stand to put their mouths on each other? Now that's true love. Not even the apocalypse can stop them. But their moment of tenderness didn't last long. Jack becomes anxious and restless again. As the night creeps by, the temperature in the hallway keeps getting colder. Mia has come down with a high fever. Shivering and huddled on the icy ground, she's clearly burning up and losing her senses. I watch everything happening out there without a single expression on my face. My eyes falls on the medical supplies lined up on the shelf, full of fever and anti-inflammatory meds, yet I only stare at them with a cold, mocking smile. Right about then, Mia slaps Jack hard across the face.
I can't believe my luck! Stuck with a useless loser like you! If I were with Chloe, I'd be inside with food and drink! How did I ever hook up with you in the first place?
That slap completely stuns Jack. One side of his face swells up right away, but he only stays quiet for a moment. Then he starts coaxing Mia in a low voice.
Mia, just hold on a little longer. Maybe your fever will break soon. The rescue team will be here any minute. Can we just hang on a little longer?
In my memory, Jack has always been this charming, thoughtful gentleman. And now, look at him, groveling in front of Mia like that. I honestly don't know what I ever saw in him. Mia completely brushes off Jack's comfort. She shakes his hand off in disgust, points right at his nose, her face screaming nothing but contempt for his uselessness. Just at that moment, the door across the hall swings open. The man and woman who betrayed me are begging desperately outside, and I still refuse to open the door. Instead, the door across the hall opens first. Through the security monitor by my door, I see it clearly. A big, hulking guy just walked out of the apartment across the hall. His gaze lingers greedily on Mia's damp clothes for a full half-minute, and he even licks his lips. I'm sitting right here on my couch, watching the whole thing on the screen. Jack shifts to stand in front of Mia.
Look, bro, we gotta just...
The man brushes Jack aside effortlessly. His lecherous eyes fixed firmly on Mia.
Come with me quietly, beautiful. I have got all the good stuff inside. Food, medicine, hot water, and a nice comfy bed. Stick with me, and you will live in comfort. Far better than freezing to death out here in the hallway.
Seeing the hungry look in Mia's eyes, Jack absolutely loses his mind. He swings at the guy, and the two of them start fighting. Jack tries to play the hero in front of Mia, and gets knocked flat on his ass for his trouble. Seeing Mia actually tempted, I can't help but smirk. This is the best friend who was always jealous of me and stole my boyfriend. And underneath it all, she's still just as greedy and selfish. Enraged out of his mind, Jack throws another punch and rushes straight at the brute. But unexpectedly, Mia tells Jack to back off, then lets the big man hoist her onto his shoulder and carry her into his luxury apartment without hesitation. Jack can't believe his eyes. He stands rooted to the spot, like a statue. It's not until the door across the hallway is about to shut that he finally snaps out of his daze and shouts angrily at her. At that moment, a ruthless glint flashes in Mia's eyes before she speaks without a shred of mercy.
Out there, it is nothing but storm and flood. As long as I can survive, nothing else matters.
The big man slams the door with a loud bang, and in that pitch-black hallway, Jack is suddenly all alone. I watch his pitiful state with cold eyes, not a trace of sympathy in my heart. All I feel is the sweet satisfaction of revenge finally served. Not after long, the rich scent of steak wafts out from inside the room. Jack, who's already starving, can't take it anymore. He actually knocks on that brute's door. His voice is low and begging as he pleads outside.
Bro, just throw me some food! Anything to keep me alive! I was wrong. I should not have swung at you like that. Please, just have some pity on me. Give me something to eat. My girlfriend's family is rich. I will have her send you a ton of money, right now!
Hearing what he says through the monitor, I let out a cold laugh. Even at a time like this, Jack is still trying to squeeze something out of me. But no one inside paid him the slightest attention. Instead, sounds of laughter and teasing between a man and a woman, along with suggestive murmurs, drifted out from behind the door. Jack figures out immediately what's going on inside. His already hopeless face twists with rage and humiliation. He shakes with fury, veins bulging on his forehead. Then he picks up that iron rod and starts banging on the door, 100 times more vicious than when he was hitting my door. The sounds coming from that apartment just keep getting louder. Jack's last mental defense completely crumbles, and he drops the iron rod in utter dejection. I'm sitting here, nice and steady, at my dining table, eating popcorn and drinking Coke, watching this whole drama show on my monitor. Honestly, this is more intense and entertaining than any TV show. Thinking back on my past life, Mia was jealous of my wealthy family and my good-looking boyfriend, so she just snatched Jack right away from me. Those two scumbags teamed up to rob me and take my life. They killed me. In this life, Mia doesn't hesitate for a second to abandon Jack just to save her own skin. I guess that's exactly the kind of karma that trash like Jack deserves. After finishing my popcorn, I get up and walk to the window. The storm outside is still raging crazily, and the floodwater has already risen to the 10th floor. Seeing how terrifyingly fast the water is rising, I have a bad feeling. Pandora's box has been flung wide open. Disaster comes pouring down upon the world. On social media, pleas for help are flooding everywhere. Reading those desperate cries for help gives me a complicated feeling I can't quite put into words. The girl in the video doesn't even have time to cry for help before the giant spider monster stabs her straight through the heart. But as large-scale blackouts roll through the city, updates online get fewer and farther between. Still, I can't help but notice one image, a haggard mother holding two starving children. They look like they're barely hanging on. I can't bear to look anymore. In this cruel, apocalyptic world, no one can save anyone else. The only person you can rely on is yourself. Right then, my mom calls me.
Honey, how are things over there?
Hearing Mom's warm, familiar voice sends a wave of comfort through me. All my fear and unease melts away.
Mom, just hearing your voice puts me at ease.
Everything is fine here. I have plenty of supplies.
Dad snatches the phone and tells me, thank goodness they listened to me. They moved their supplies up to the old house on the hilltop before the storm hit. Up there on the mountain, life is actually pretty comfortable right now. My parents had saved up a bit over the years. They built a small villa on a hilltop back in their hometown, and every summer they'd go up there for a little vacation. Now that the storm is here, that house has turned out to be just what they needed. I give them a few more instructions, then reluctantly hang up. Knowing that my parents are safe puts my mind completely at ease. In the middle of this terrible apocalypse, having my family safe and sound is the greatest comfort I could ever ask for. Even in the apocalypse, I never stop working out. I've heard this massive storm is going to last a full 6 months. This is bound to be a long, grueling battle of endurance. Having plenty of supplies isn't enough. You also need a body strong and healthy enough to carry you through. But that night, I suddenly couldn't sleep. In the darkness, I thought I heard some noise outside my door. Out of habit, I sit down at the computer to check the cameras, and what I see nearly scares me half to death. Mia sticks her hand through the crack in the door and tosses out a few apples and a bag of bread. The second Jack sees food, he's like a starving wolf. He springs up from the floor and grabs that door frame, holding onto it, not letting it go. His eyes are blazing with rage and hatred. Seeing him like this, almost insane and terrifying, sends chills down my spine. Mia is no match for Jack's strength. The door is about to be forced all the way open. Watching through the screen, I can't help but break out in a cold sweat for her. Then, the big man comes out, but before he can even say a word, Jack takes him down with a swing of the iron rod. In an instant, the big man becomes a corpse. Jack stands over him, laughing like a maniac. His features are contorted like some demon, and there's actually this smug look on his face, like he's proud of himself for driving off an intruder. And right then, Jack turns around and walks over to my front door. He sends me a message through the camera.
Chloe, how have you been lately? I really miss you. I still love you so much. Have you been thinking about me?
Fear tightens my throat, leaving me speechless. My fingers tremble uncontrollably. I know perfectly well I can't let him get suspicious. I quickly reply, I miss you too. My phone's been dead. No signal these days.
I called your mom earlier. She told me you're not at home. She said you never went back. Are you lying to me?
I break out in a cold sweat in an instant. I didn't get home until after I got off the phone with you, so my mom thought I hadn't come back yet.
Babe, I miss you so much. Where exactly are you? I'll come find you right now.
Fighting back my disgust, I reply, I'm back in my hometown with my mom. Gotta go. We just lost power again. I toss my phone aside and keep my eyes fixed on the surveillance screen on my computer. Meanwhile, Jack is staring intently at my front door. He seems to have a vague feeling that I'm actually hiding inside this apartment. Thank goodness the pinhole camera I installed is extremely well hidden. Jack has no idea it's there. The thing he should be doing right now, instead of searching everywhere for me, is dealing with that dead man on the floor. Mia is completely terrified by now. She's slumped to the floor like a limp heap, unable to stir an inch. Jack completely ignores her. With a cold, expressionless face, he bends down, grabs the man by the collar, and drags him, like a piece of trash, toward the stairwell that leads to the roof. All I hear is this dull, heavy thud from downstairs. The man's body slams into the water and sends up a huge splash. To anyone who doesn't know what's going on, it just looks like another person who couldn't take the apocalypse anymore and offed themselves. Once I dispose of this man's body completely, Jack drags Mia, who's still slumped on the floor, straight into the apartment. By now, there's nothing in her eyes but pure fear. She just lets him pull her inside. And the moment that apartment door slams shut, after that, Mia does whatever Jack tells her, completely obeying to his words. 8 months slipped by in the blink of an eye. The rain stopped, but then the temperature dropped crazily. The floodwater turned into thick sheets of ice. After that long stretch of extreme weather, the city's power grid had been dead for a long time. Jack and Mia are at my door again. They're wrapped in layers of ragged clothes and blankets, shivering in the hallway. That burly guy, he didn't actually have that much food stocked up. On top of Jack's reckless spending and wasting in these past few months, they've now run out of food for a full 3 days. Hunger and cold are slowly eating away whatever humanity they've got left. Jack, the face that used to be so good looking, now his eyes are all sunken in. He's nervously tugging at his messy hair, looking just like a zombie. Mia's even worse off. Her face is all frostbitten. Her hair looks like dead straw. She's completely lost that vibrant look she used to have. Because just now, Jack snatched away that last piece of moldy cracker from her. I've seen this kind of savage fighting countless times over these 8 months. Every single time, it feels so satisfying. Just when I thought their little fight for today was about to end, Jack suddenly stands up. His eyes lock on my door. It's that kind of crazy you only get when you're staring death in the face. In his hand is the power drill he looted from the burly guy's place. That buzzing sound just keeps ringing in my ears. Jack's voice is all raspy as he says to Mia,
That bitch Chloe's definitely in there. I've been hearing noises from that side for months now.
And there's light coming through the crack under that door. That means she's got food and electricity in there. If we can just pry this door open, we'll be living like kings from now on.
The moment Mia hears there's food, you can see that greed flash in her eyes. She completely forgets how Jack stole that last half of her cracker. She actually helps him drag over the extension cord, all on her own. Watching these two out of their minds on the screen, I set down my coffee cup. If you're so determined to walk right into your own death, don't blame me for what happens next. I walk over to the shoe cabinet and grab the explosion-proof connector I prepared. Then I grab the high-voltage switch I'd already set up and hold it in my hand. Back when I was renovating, I had someone run electricity through the inside of the security door. All I have to do is press this switch, and the whole door will instantly be live with 3,000 volts of high voltage. Jack walks up to the door with the drill. He walks up to the door with that ugly grin on his face, muttering curses the whole time.
Chloe, you selfish bitch. You've got all that stuff, and you just sit there watching us starve. When I get through this door, you're gonna pay for it!
点击下方链接观看完整视频。